Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. We are recapping the different modes of syllogism. And go turn it off, Daniel, I said. It's on. No, it's on. Go turn it off. And we gave an example of one of the 5 crafts. We gave example of the craft of Burhan. We then gave an example of Sina'atul Jadal. You need to catch up, Ya Shara. And so do you, Ya Sharafuddin. It's very important to catch up. Yusuf, you really need to catch up. Yeah. We use the example of al-Jadal. If you remember, the example we gave of Jadal was Sahih al-Bukhari example. Now we will use an example of Mughalata. We also used the example of Mughalata, didn't we, about the tattoo? We did, no, we did. The tattoo example, right? Yeah, we did, didn't we? The example was a Muslim historian has a tattoo. Anyone who has a tattoo is an Az'ar. Therefore, this Muslim historian is unreliable. Right? Is that correct? No, that's a Mughalata. Okay. The next one is khitaba, oration. Right? Khitaba. What did we say the skill of khitaba is all about? The skill of jadal is all about winning over your opponents. Being argumentative just to win the arguments. Even if it's false, your point is just to win jadal. And that's why debaters use jadal. Debaters use jadal, right? Because it's all about iqhamul khasm. It's all about defeating your opponents. Mughalata is used by hypocrites, used by deviants, used by false claimants, used by those who are against the haqq and against the truth. That's why they use mughalata. Deceivers, they're against the truth, right? Every government that is non-Muslim, right, has no respect. For example, the government that you're living in is a non-Muslim government, no respect. Therefore, I don't need to respect the laws of the land. مثلا مغالطة هذا. Yesterday, someone called me and they said that there are people in a certain city. I was just about to mention the city. There are people in a certain city where there's a scheme that says that if you have issues with your children wetting their beds, you are entitled to receive mattresses free of charge and support in that line. So there are families who every couple of weeks lodge in a request of changing of beds and things like that due to the reason of their child wetting their bed. And they've literally gained thousands of dollars just because of that. Or the other scam of going to people and saying, oh, you've got kids, register them under me being after school care. What do they call them? After school care and that, right? Yeah. Child care or after school care? It's not child care. It's after school care. Don't correct me. after school care, but you don't need to bring your kids to me and I won't pick them up. I'll just register them under me. Getting a lot of money. And alhamdulillah, one by one, these people are getting exposed. The point is, listening please, mughalata, unfortunately, some people intentionally fall into mughalata as a way of justifying their wrong deeds. She's got bruises all over her body, and you say to her, Ya Balish, leave this person, leave this low life. Oh, but he said he loves me after he did that. How can I leave him if he still loves me? Mughalata. There are many ways that we can use mughalata, use examples for mughalata, but no mughalata is going to end up in any way good. And that's why in al-Mantiq, it teaches you to straight away pick up on a fallacious argument. The next is khitaba. Khitaba is all about entertainment, captivating the audience. Right? Did I use the right word? Captivating the audience. It's about entertainment. And that's why, a khatib, right, needs to have that skill, needs to be a good orator in explaining things in a nice, eloquent way to keep the attention of the audience, right? There was a sheikh who had a few, in Muharram, sheikhs have, a lot of programs probably in one day, 3, 4, 5 different programs maybe in one day for Ashra Muharram. So he was invited to a village, and he was, in the morning he had a majlis, right? And he saw someone sitting there in the audience, and he was dozing off. And then he was invited to another place, and he saw that same person. So then he said, like, Aib, I can't recycle my same majlis, my same lecture that I gave. So he came up with something spontaneously different. And he also saw the guy dozing off and sleeping. Then he went to a third place, saw the same person, had to be creative in not having the same lecture, even though he had only prepared one lecture and wanted to repeat it a few times. And the fourth time, and after the fourth time, he went to him and said, look, number one, you've been following me wherever I go and give lectures. Number two, because of you, I am so stressed because I wasn't able to repeat the same lecture, even though I had only prepared it one for the day. And number three, in not one of them were you paying attention, you were dozing off. And he said, to be honest with you, Sheikhna, I've got sleeping issues, and the only way that I can fall asleep is during your lectures. So, khitaba, the art of orating. Write this example down, please. Minor premise. All people who are fearful have no confidence. All people who are fearful have no confidence. Major premise. Major premise. Anyone who has no confidence is not successful. Listening, please, and writing. Exactly. Anyone who has no confidence is unsuccessful, has no success. What? It's like primary school. You're welcome. All people who are fearful have no confidence. Minor premise. Major premise.
Anyone who has no confidence is not successful.
Is not
All people who are fearful are not successful. All people who have no confidence. All people who are fearful. What? Are not successful. Then you say anyone who has no confidence is not successful. Everyone fearful is not confident. Everyone without confidence is not successful. Everyone with fear is not. Last is that last class?
Is this for Khitaba?
Yeah.
It sounds a lot like Khitaba.
Why?
Because it's drawing conclusions that are based on like wrong premises.
Yeah. So khitaba looking for absolute certainty? No, it's not. It has a level of truth in it, right? So my point here, when I am addressing an audience, I'm saying, listen, everyone, face your fears, go on the high ropes, go on the high ropes. If you're a jaban and a chicken and a coward and you are scared, you're not gonna get anywhere in life, because being scared means that you're gonna be a failure in life, right? That's my way of trying to, just before the activity in camp, trying to boost people's morals. I've never done that in my life because it's all about abuse, right? So that's khitaba, right? So the question here is, do these premises have elements of truth in them? Yes or no? Yes. Yeah. Usually people who are scared have low confidence. People who have low confidence are less successful. People who have low confidence are less successful. So there is definitely true, but the istiqra here, the induction here, induction, deduction. Remember when we spoke about deduction and induction, istiqra? The istiqra here is naqas. No way can you say that everyone or anyone who is scared is unsuccessful. You might have someone who's very, very successful, but an absolute jaban. Right? Is that possible? Yeah. It is possible, right? But the point here is that I'm using that khitaba way to, make you do the camp activity, right? Number 5 is poetry. Poetry, shi'r. Why is shi'r a fan? Why is shi'r a skill, a craft? Obviously, not anyone has that skill, has that craft of being poetic. Ali and Ali. Not everyone has that skill and that craft up the back. Not everyone has that skill and that craft of being poetic and able to rhyme like me, of course. Who was here on Friday night when I was rhyming? Well, you have to join my Friday night programs to listen to my rap songs. So, what is, of course, poetry? Poetry is all about imagination. It is all about extending the boundaries of your khayal, extending the boundaries of your imagination, and making you think or imagine or picture things that might not even exist, like saying that the honey that I tasted was as bitter as salt, for example. It's saying it in a poetic way. It's Ali Kifik, calm down. Saying it in a poetic way, but the description is in such a way where you is beautified. It is said in such a way where you really think about it in that particular way, where you imagine it, you picture it mentally in that particular way. The honey being dirty and bitter and smelly, for example. Even in reality, the honey is sweet and is tasty. So the description I made has evoked listening. The description I made has evoked a negative image, a negative impression in your minds. A negative impression in your minds. Right? Again, this is really important, right? Anyone who wants the handout, message me and I'll send it to you. Unless you've written it all out anyway. Page number 36, Hajj Mustafa, read it again, please. What do you mean you don't have 36? شوف هذا فاتح, look, he's on theology, he's opening theology. Yeah. All right. No, don't worry about it. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.